Hey, what is going on, guys? It's RogueandTik, and today we're bringing guys gameplay on that mission with the PP90, and Tik's going to be using the perks of Scavenger, Hardline, and Stalker, with the specialist perks of Assassin, Blind Eye, and Sleight of Hand. And it's going to be a nice Moab gameplay for you guys, so sit back and enjoy. So, what today I'm going to be talking about is my favorite childhood video games growing up. And we all have them, don't deny it. They were all a ton of fun, and we all have our favorites. So today I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite video games, childhood video games growing up. So the first one for me would definitely have to be Jak and Daxter, and that game was a ton of fun. It was pretty much the story about two pretty much young buddies, and they have to move to their uncle's and their uncle's daughter's island, and it's a pretty large island, and they're on their voyage. They go onto this forbidden island, and there Jack's buddy falls into this thing called Dark Eco, and there he turns into a pretty much rat, and they pretty much start a quest to try to change himself back. And from there, on that island where he gets altered, is the two villains of the game, and they end up beating the two villains. And from there, in the second one, Jack's pretty much all grown up, and along with his buddy is still normal. And from there, they pretty much want to teleport into this one world and try to see what's like in the future and see where they could travel to. And then this weird monster like kind of thing comes out of the teleporter, and they all get freaked out, so they have to travel into the teleporter, and they get split up, and they pretty much look for each other, and Jack gets pretty much like tortured and turns into this like crazy being, and where she can control, and it's a pretty epic game. And Jack pretty much goes on a rampage to find out who did that to him, and it's an epic conclusion, and where they defeat the monster that comes out the teleporter. And there they make a third one where it's a really long story, but it's a really good story. So what I liked about that series was that it was extremely fun. That's probably the first thing I would say. And the second was that it was extremely creative. It was almost a free roam game, almost like Grand Theft Auto, where you could pretty much just go around town jacking vehicles. That was probably my favorite part. And then you could like light up random people if you wanted to, and fight against the bad guys. I just liked that it was extremely creative, and it never got boring. They kept the story going, but they did it well, and they didn't make it boring. They didn't have like boring plots, and you have a ton of missions to do. That's what's a lot of fun about it. Even once you're done with the game, you can do a ton of little challenges and stuff like that. So that's what I liked about the game. Probably my second favorite was the Ratchet and Clank series. Ratchet and Clank's about these two buddies. I think they're from the same developers too, but they both did both games series well. And so pretty much it's about these two buddies who are chilling at their home planet, and these almost like robot-like things start invading their town and their planet, and he tries to go to the bottom of see who's doing it, who's causing all the trouble, and they pretty much end up defeating the villain who's causing all the trouble on their planet. And from there they made a second and third one, and they continue making more. The second one's going commando, the third one's up your arsenal, I think. And so they're all a ton of fun, and the thing I liked about that series was that there's a ton of environments to play in. There's a ton of planets. You probably for each game there's about like 20 planets you could travel to, and that was a lot of fun. Every time you beat that planet, it would reveal another planet for you to go travel on, and it just kept the game going, and it was really fun. The story was great, and all three of them, like they did in Jak and Daxter. And I just think it was a ton of fun, because it's one of my favorites. So So there was a ton of cool weapons. Their whole they had just so many of them, and alright, Tik kills himself here for the try to go for the double revive, but he ends up getting killed in a ridiculous way coming up. But yeah, back to Ratchet and Clank. There was a ton of weapons you could use to wreak havoc, and that's what was a lot of fun about that game. And it still is about today. It's a lot of fun, even if you did play that game today. And both of those were on the PS2, which I still own today, and they'll never get boring to me. And probably my third one was pretty much everything to do with Mario. Mario's a ton of fun. I played it on the Game Boy Advanced or the SP or something like that, and on GameCube with Super Smash Brothers and Mario Kart. I just played that over friend's house a ton of times, and pretty much that game never got old, especially Super Smash Brothers. Just the way you could use the characters, they all have their special moves. You could face your friends. Okay, look at this guy. He'll be coming around the corner. He just like warps across the wall there. But yeah, back to the topic. The thing that was amazing about Super Smash Brothers was that you could just really have a lot of fun with it. They all had their custom moves, and you could really make it a ton of fun. You could have your own pretty much signature moves and have your own combinations. Along with Mario Kart. Mario Kart was a ton of fun that never got old. Facing friends, just getting bragging rights if you won, and all the power-ups they could use, and everything to do with that game was just great. There's just so many out there. There's Spyro. What else? There's a ton out there. They're all a bunch of fun. So I just wanted to almost reminisce with just all the great times on those games. Another one's out there is Guitar Hero. It's just that was a great game too, ton of fun, and so yeah, it's just funny. Think about how a lot of the 10-year-olds playing Call of Duty will never be able to experience those great games that were during our time. I'm 16 years old, so I don't know, that was a while ago. Those games that came out, but they're still all a lot of fun. So I think we all have our favorite games, and I don't know, I guess we can just all kind of look back and kind of laugh and think of all those games that we used to play. So that's all I have for you guys, and I'm just gonna let the rest of the video go out and just enjoy the rest. See you guys.